رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Abdurrahim Khan from Free IT Education. Viewers, as you are already watching my YouTube channel, Free IT Education, and I have recorded few videos about Python, and it is another lecture. We're gonna talk about strings. String has a heavy usage in Python and many different fields, especially in data science, where you want to find out the sentiments of book or the views about movie or different things. So all you will be using, like you're manipulating a string. So here you will cover how string can be used, and we will talk about different functions of strings. So let's start. So starting from a very basic, so that's how you print a string. Print, and that is a string. And in a previous lecture we talked about how to assign a string value and then print it and get the data type. Okay, so and here is this example, as I said, as a is equal to hello, and you just print a, and that's how you get that string. Okay, so we're going to build it up string slowly and gradually. So here, this is interesting one. If you have a large string, so like that, and it is on a multi-line, so how you gonna assign this multi-line string? The magic is this 3 double quote in the beginning and the end of the string, and then you can assign it like that. And if you print it out, so this is gonna just display the 4 lines of string. The magic is this one here. So we can also use single quote as a multi-line as well. So we just make a run of that, and that should print that multi-line string as well. So you can also use a single quote or a double quote if you are interested to assign a multi-line string to a variable a. Okay, so this was a multi-line, and as I mentioned, you can make a use of like that as well. Okay, so string are arrays. What does arrays mean? Is basically collection or numbers of characters, because how string is an array, because it is a collection of characters. So H is one character, E is one character, and L, and so on and so forth. So if you are interested to print it out a specific element within that string, so you basically say that that A is a string, and I'm interested to see the first element of that string. So you would type it at 0. So the 0 index, this is basically called index, is a position. So if you print that, so it should print you H. So that, which means is the first element of that string. So as you can see that there. So if you are interested to print it L, which is, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3. So that would be index 3. So, and that should print you L. So this is a manipulation of a string and making use of an array. So this is a special syntax, which is like a bracket and then put in an index value. Okay, another interesting thing is a slicing. Like here, this is, you can see that is a long string, and you are interested in, like, I want to print it from position 2 up till position 5 and print it out. So previously we just saw this syntax where we just said index, which is let's index 2. But now we're saying from position 2 up till 5, print me out. So then it will type it 0, 1, 2, and then it will type it till position 5, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is until that position here. So it will be one less to this number, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so which means if we position 5, so it will be position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you're interested in, let's say if I'm interested in to type in WOR, so it will be, so the beginning is from where I want to start at. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's say from 7, and then and I want to print it further on 7, and I would say 10. Okay, so and if I print it, so I should get it a string starting from position 7 and onward till position number 10, and which I got it WOR. Okay, so that is basically slicing the string. So there is a heavily usage of this syntax in Python. So if this concept is really clear, then you can make a best use of this slicing in string. Okay, so the next one is the negative indexing. So you can make a use of a negative indexing, which is from the back side. So one is you read the text like that, and another one is the negative from this way. So which means from -5 position, which is like counting from here, and then we want to get it from the negative position -2. So that's how you use it. So both positive and negative. Another one is if you are interested to see what is the length of this particular string, so you just type it a function len, which is a short for length. So let's say if we type at let's say free IT education, and if you print that, so it should give you the total length of that, which is including the spaces as well. Okay, so the next one is you want to remove this space. See, this is an extra space, and there is a function called stripe, which is basically a is basically a string, and which has a function called stripe, which means like if there is any spaces in the beginning and in the end, remove it and then print it out. So you can see that there is no space here. So let's see if I make it more spaces here and I might make it run it. It should remove all the spaces and should not display with like anything like that. See, that's how. So this function will make a good use like in a programming language with a web design, where you get the input box and people sometimes type in like their name and put an additional space in the beginning or at the end. So you just remove it before saving into the database. We will make a use of all these things later on. Okay, so the next function is if you are interested to convert the string into a lowercase, sometime in a data science or sentiment analysis, we want to just make it a consistent string across all the text that we got at. So we just convert them into one case, which is not this is like a capital case, initial capital. So we convert all of them into a lowercase. So we make a use of is there is a is a string, and I want to convert them into a hello. Let's say if I say b is equal to free IT education, which is all capital, and I would say I'm interested to convert that into a lower, and then I print it out. So that should convert this free IT education into a lowercase, and as you can see that it has done it. Okay, the next one is the upper. The only difference is it will convert this whole string into uppercase by just replacing lower to upper. Okay, and here is just an example of replacing it. We want to replace H with the J, and so that's how we just do it. And if you want to just make a use of another, which is just say print a dot replace let's say we make a use of it W to just made it up. We'll make it make it just make it B. So all I'm saying that replace this W with capital B. The word doesn't make any sense, but just to demonstrate how to make a use of replace. Okay. Okay, the next one is a split. So here we got hello with a comma and the word. So what we are saying that we got a string which is divided by, we call them a comma separated. So what we're saying that this string, I want you split it up wherever when you see it as a comma and split it into B, and then you can see that this is a list. So let's make it a type of B, and then it should tell you that what is the data type of B, and that should be the list. And yes, it is a list. Okay, so the next one is we want to see that a specific string int in a text. So this is a string which is saved in a variable, and all we're saying that check in that variable, which is the special keyword which is called in, check if AIN is in that. If it is, tell me. So which is, it will tell you like whether that particular string exists in particular line. So this is basically a boolean. So you just like a boolean, a true or a false. If I, let's say if I type it let's say www, and I just run it, and I want to see whether y exists in that particular text or not. And as you can see that it doesn't exist, and it tells you it's false. So sometimes we make a use of this particular keyword in, which is saying this, check this string in this particular string and whether it exists or not, and tell me. So this is another good one. The opposite of not in this, so let's say if AIN, so we're going to say does that AIN not in the text, which is say no, false, it does, it exists here. And if I say YYY here, so that should not be in that string, and that is true. Yes, that is true. It doesn't exist. So that is in and not in. And okay, we will stop here, and we will continue our lecture about string in Python. And today we have covered various different usage of string within a Python. I hope you have enjoyed. Please let me know how do you feel about these videos. Give me the comments, share with your friends, give a like to this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Free IT Education, Abdul Rahim Khan. Thank you, viewers. Bye bye.